Welcome to all. This is Mr. M. Krishnamurthy, Assistant Professor, Plant Pathology. This video is mainly for the Part 202 Principles of Plant Pathology mid-semester aspect. This video is mainly dedicated to our beloved students. Welcome to all. So the first question is, a widespread and severe outbreak of a disease in large population is called as option A epidemic, option B endemic, option C pandemic, option D sporadic. The answer is the answer is epidemic. So the disease is classified based on the geographical distribution: epidemic, endemic, pandemic, and sporadic. A sudden outbreak is called epidemic. Pandemic means all over the world. Endemic means confined to the particular area. And sporadic means irregular interval. The disease which occurs in irregular interval means that is called sporadic. So the answer is epidemic. Option A. So next question is, a nucleic acid based technique used for the detection of plant pathogen is option A PCR, option B serological, option C microtome, option D ELISA. The answer is option A PCR, because nucleic acid detection is by the way of PCR only. PCR means polymerase chain reaction, which amplify the DNA particles, and serological means that by using of blood. Microtome means the instrument which used to thin specimen of plant or other specimens samples. ELISA means ELISA is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, which is a technique which is used for detection, but the nucleic acid based technique is PCR. Question number 3. The Bodo mixture was developed by. Bodo mixture is developed for the management of downy mildew in grapes in France. That was developed by option A PMA Millardet, option B MW Stanley, option C Robertson, option D Tillett. The correct answer is option A PMA Millardet, Pierre Marie Alexis Millardet. The person who developed the Bodo mixture is PMA Millardet in France for the management of downy mildew of grapes in 1885. This is most important question. And MW Stanley, who was worked in virology, he developed the technique is called crystallization. By using the TMV virus, he crystallized the virus by using ammonium carbonate. And the C option Robertson is using he is managing the peach powdery mildew by using the sulfur fungicide. Option D is Tillett, the person who worked in bunt disease, and the person who called great grandfather of plant pathology is Tillett. So the correct answer for this question is PMA Millardet. And fourth question, a parasite that can grow and multiply only on the living tissue, that is called, the answer option A facultative saprophyte, B necrotroph, option C biotroph, D none of the above. The correct answer is biotroph. Biotroph or obligate parasite. Obligate parasites or biotrophs, they can only grow under the living condition only. They can't be cultured or maintained under the not under the artificial conditions. That is called biotrophic pathogens. They are only cultured under the living tissues. For example, powdery mildew, downy mildew, these are the best example for biotrophic plant pathogens. And the fifth question is, the sequence of fixing the components in the well of ELISA. ELISA having the 96 number of wells, that is the technique used for detection of plant viruses. The technique is protein based technique, and the ELISA technique was developed by the ELISA technique was developed by the ELISA technique is used for the detection of most of the plant viruses. On the antigen antibody conjugate, option A antigen antibody conjugate, option B antibody conjugate antigen, option C antibody conjugate antigen, option D antibody conjugate antigen. The correct option is antigen antibody conjugate. This question is most important question. And the question number 6, the disease introduced from India to Sri Lanka. From Sri Lanka. Option A coffee rust, option B bunch type of banana, option C all of the above, option D none of the above. The correct answer is All of the above. The coffee rust, which was introduced from Sri Lanka to India and which causes the major epidemic in India, and the bunch type of banana that also introduced from Sri Lanka to India. So the correct answer is all of the above. Seventh question is an example for high birth rate pathogens. High birth rate and low birth rate pathogens are classification based on the plant diseases. Plant disease classification is based on the high birth rate and low birth rate. So option A rust, option B powdery mildew, option C root rot. The best answer is both option A and B. Rust and powdery mildew, they are producing the multi number of inoculum and they are producing the multi number of spores. So the answer is rust and powdery mildew for the example of high birth rate pathogens. Root rot is caused by Macrophomina passivulina that are not producing high number of birth. And next question is blotter test is used in option A seed vigor, option B seed health, option C seed purity, option D maturity of the seed. The correct answer is seed health, but it's not a correct answer. The correct answer is seed health. Seed health is detected by the using of blotter test. And the ninth question is domestic quarantine exists on option A brown leaf spot of rice, option B sesame phyllodes, option C potato wart, option D wheat stem rust. Potato wart occurs in Darjeeling district of India. So domestic quarantine best example is potato wart. So 10th question is 1% of Bodo mixture is combination of option A 10 kg of copper sulfate plus 10 kg of lime plus 100 liter of water. Option B 1 kg of copper sulfate plus 1 kg of lime plus 100 liter of water. And option C 1 kg of copper sulfate plus 1 kg of sodium carbonate plus 100 liter of water. Option D 10 kg of copper sulfate plus 10 kg of lime plus 1000 liters of water. So the correct answer is 1 kg of copper sulfate should be added to the 1 kg of lime in the 100 liter of water. 100 liter of water is divided into 50-50. 50 liter of water is mixed by the 1 kg of copper sulfate and another 50 liter of water is mixed by the 1 kg of lime. The copper sulfate solution should be added to the lime. That was the composition of 1% Bodo mixture. So the 11th question is tetrasodium chloride test is used to detection of option A cassava mosaic virus, option B banana bunchstop virus, option C both A and B, option D none of the above. The correct answer is option C both A and B. Cassava mosaic virus and banana bunchstop virus is detected by the tetrasodium chloride test, TEZ test or tetrasodium chloride test. By the test, the virus infected particles are dipped into the tetrasodium chloride solution. The infected plant tissues are turned into blue color that indicates positive reaction for the tetrasodium chloride test. So 12th question forecasting model for the late blight of potato. Option A blight cast, option B blast cast, option C blast tail, option D leaf blah. So the correct answer is blight cast, option A. So this is most important syllabus for forecasting models. And 13th question is club root of crucifers escaped at the pH level. Option A low pH, option B high pH, option C moderate pH, option D none of the above. The correct answer is high pH. Club root of capage is managed by application of lime 2.5 tons per hectare. So that is the management practice for the club root of capage. So increasing the soil pH which excludes the club root pathogen from the soil. So the correct answer is option B. So 14th question is name of the scientist who developed the PCR in 1985 and awarded for the Nobel Prize in 1993. Option E Williams, option B Robertson, option C Von Skemling, option D Carey Mullis. The correct answer is Carey Mullis. The person who developed polymerase chain reaction is called Carey Mullis. So he developed the PCR in 1985 and he got the Nobel Prize for that contribution is in 1993. So already we have studied about Williams and Robertson. Von Skemling, the person who developed the first systemic fungicide, and the correct answer is option D Carey Mullis. So 15th question, DAS provides the opportunity for perforation of the pathogenic organism in the soil. So option A soil solarization, option B boom and burst cycle, option C monoculturing, option D mixed culturing. So the question is, DAS provides the opportunity for perpetuation of pathogenic organism in the soil. So the correct answer is monoculturing. Continuous culturing of one crop in the soil, which favorable for the perpetuation of the plant pathogenic microorganism in the soil. So we should avoid the monoculturing for avoiding the plant pathogenic organisms. So 16th question is forecasting model for the apple scab. Option A Ebivla, option B Ebivet, option C Ebivan, option D Ebinam. So the correct answer is option C Ebivan. And the 17th question, once the pathogen has established in an area, steps taken to remove or destroy the pathogen is known as option A exclusion, option B protection, option C therapeutin, option D eradicant. Removal or destroy is known as eradication. Option D. The correct answer is option D eradication. So the next question is, Thiram is used as a. Thiram is a fungicide which is used for seed treatment. So option A wound dressing, option B soil application, option C seed dressing, option D growth promotion. So the correct option is seed dressing. So the correct option is option C seed dressing. In India, Restriction Insect and Pest Act was introduced in the year of option A 1914, option B 1912, option C 1942, option D 1845. So the correct answer is 1914. In India, DIBA Act, Destructive Insect Pest Act, was introduced in the year of 1914. And the question is altered by sometimes. DIBA Act was enacted in USA means that was 1912. India means 1914. Our next question is, fixed plot survey is used for analyzing the disease like option A root rot, option B wilt, option C both A and B, option D none of the above. So fixed plot survey, that is the most important method of plant disease assessment and survey method. In the survey method, we are selected the two different villages for that survey and selected the 1 square meter area from the each plots and selected the number of spots, which means 5 number of spots in each plots in two different villages. That is called a fixed plot of survey. In this fixed plot of survey, root rot and wilt is detected. So the correct answer is option C, both A and B. So when the disease or pest occurrence reached half of the ETL of economic threshold level is detected by the which color of the card? Option A red color, option B blue color, option C yellow color, option D violet color. This was already discussed in our video based on the color tags. So the correct answer is yellow color tag. When it reaches the 50% of the ETL or half of the level is indicated by the yellow color card. Our next question is full form for NPPGR. Option A National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, option B National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, option C National Bureau of Plant Genomic Resources, option D National Book of Plant Genomic Resources. So the correct answer is option A National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. So the B answer also correct. Next question is optimum temperature for rice bacterial leaf blight. So rice BLP is caused by Xanthomonas campestris pathowart oryzae. So 25 to 30 degrees temperature is favorable for the development of BLP in rice. A disease which was introduced in India from Europe. Option A scab of potato, option B wart of potato, option C lead blight of potato, option D none of the above. The correct answer is lead blight of potato. Lead blight of potato was introduced Europe to India in the year of 1845. That is in the year of 1940s. 1845, our lead blight of potato causes the great Irish famine in Ireland. But our Ireland famine was moved into the India during the 1940s. And the next question is movement burst cycle is given by option A Priestley 1970, option B Anton Debye 1845, option C Butler 1942, option D none. The correct answer is option A Priestley in the year of 1970. Control of a plant diseases with the chemicals that are absorbed and transported internally is called as option A non-systemic, option B systemic, option C contact, option C none of the above. So the correct answer is systemic. The fungicide which was observed by the plant by the internally, that is called systemic fungicides. So the correct answer is systemic. They are moved by the way of acropetal or basipetal successions, both upward or downward movement. But most of the systemic fungicides are acropetal succession, upward movement only. So next question is the set of varying symptoms characterizing a disease are collectively called as option A syndrome, option B sign, option D symptom, option D disorder. So the correct answer is syndrome. The set of varying symptoms characterizing a disease are collectively called as syndrome. This is the definition for syndrome. Next question is an effective method to control a typical internally seed-borne disease is option A cultural method, option B physical method, option C chemical method, option D chemical method. So the correct answer is physical method. So internally seed-borne pathogens are controlled by a physical methods. So control of a disease by preventing its introduction into the disease-free location is called as control of a disease by preventing its introduction into disease-free location is called as option A plant quarantine, option B serology, option C physiological, option D none of the above. The correct answer is plant quarantine. Restriction of the plant disease from one area to another area, that is called plant quarantine. The next question is black heart of potato is one of the major physiological disorder occurs in the potato, which is caused by option A manganese deficiency, option B boron deficiency, option C magnesium deficiency, option D oxygen deficiency. The correct answer is oxygen deficiency. So the option D is correct answer. The disease present constantly in the locality but assumes a severe from only in occasion, that is called answer A option A epiphytotic disease, option B pandemic disease, option C sporadic disease, option D endemic disease. Previously also discussed, the correct answer is epiphytotic. Epiphytotic is otherwise called as epidemic disease, epidemic or epiphytotic. So the disease which present constantly in the locality but assumes a severe form only in occasion, that is called as epidemic, that is called epiphytotic. So the correct answer is answer A. Next question, this method is applicable for which will cause foliar disease. So option A growth rate, option B percentage, option C disease grade, option D parameter. So the correct answer is disease grade. Which of the following method is applicable for foliar disease means disease grade methods for grading the diseases. So next question is monocropping favorable for which disease? Option A early blight of potato, option B clubroot of cabbage, option C alternaria leaf spot, option D cercospora leaf spot. So the correct answer is clubroot of cabbage, option B, because they are producing Plasmodium brassicae plasmodiums, they are survive into the soil and survive in the long time. Which chemical used for fumigation before dispatch of the seeds? Option A 5 gram of KMNO4 plus 2 ml of formalin for 30 minutes, and option B 15 gram of KMNO4 plus 10 ml of formalin for 45 minutes. Option C 1 gram of KMNO4 plus 2 ml of formalin for 45 minutes. Option D 10 gram of KMNO4 plus 2 ml of formalin for 1 minute. So the correct option is 1 gram of KMNO4 plus 2 ml of formalin for 45 minutes. It is called fumigation. Potassium permanganate plus formalin is used for the fumigation. So the correct answer is option C. So next one is Japanese rice blast modeling and forecasting system is called as option A leaf blast, option B blast L, option C PINU, option D epibla. So the correct answer is blast L, which is developed for the rice diseases, mainly for the rice blast in Japan. Next question is Seed can be tested for presence of pathogens and accurately detected by the option A serological test, option B symptomatology, option C culturing, option D microscopic examination. So the correct answer is serological test. So the next question is isolation method of identification of causal agents not be applicable to option A biotrophic, option B necrotrophic, option C facultative saprophyte, option D facultative parasite. So correct answer is biotrophic. This already we have discussed in previous question. Dash is the nodal agency for exchange of germplasm materials in all agriculture and horticulture and silviculture crops. Option A IPPC, option B NPPGR, option C ICRISAT, option D ICR. So the correct answer is NPPGR. That means National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. So the correct answer is option B. So next question is the International Plant Protection Convention was held in option A 1951, option B 1987, option C 1942, option D 1914. The correct answer is option A 1951. Next question is the cleared blood serum of the animal containing the antibody that is called as option A antigen, option B antibody, option C antiserum, option D none of the above. The correct answer is antiserum. Next question is the Plan Quarantine, the regulation of import into the India Act was enacted in the year of option A 2005, option 3 2003, option C 1912, option D 1914. The correct answer is option B 2003. Study of factor which causes the favorable environment for the disease development is called as option A etiology, option B epidemiology, option C symptomatology, option D none of the above. So the correct answer is epidemiology, the study of factors which causes the favorable environment for the development of the disease, that is called as epidemiology. Etiology means study of the causal organism or disease developing agent, that is called etiology. Symptomatology means study of the symptoms developed by the plant pathogen. So the next question is which of the pathogens survived by the sclerotia? Option A macrophomina, option B sclerotinia, option C sclerosium, option D all of the above. The correct answer is option D all of the above, because macrophomina they are producing the sclerotia, microsclerotia, and option B sclerotinia sclerosiorum that are also producing sclerotia, and next one is sclerosium ralphsi, they are also producing mustard shaped sclerotia. The correct answer is all of the above. Next question is the term quarantine literally known as option A 40 days, option B 20 days, option C 45 days, option D 60 days. So the quarantine, the word which indicates the 40 days. So the correct answer is option A 40 days. So the next question, seeds soaked in cold water for 4 hours and drying the seeds under the hot sun for the 4 hours is called as option A soil solarization, option B Luthras treatment, option C seed treatment, option D hot water treatment. So the correct answer is Luthras treatment. Luthras treatment is used for managing of seedborne diseases. So the seeds are soaked in the cold water for 4 hours and drying the seeds under the hot sun for 4 hours. That is called Luthras seed treatment. The next question is the plant materials can be imported with which certificate? Option A PSC, which means phytosanitary certificate, option B AGMARK certificate, option C ISO standard, option D vegan certificate. So the correct answer is PSC, phytosanitary certificate. So the next question is several generation of a plant pathogen occurs in the life of the crop is called option A simple interest disease, option B compound interest disease, option C phytatic, option D pandemic. So the correct answer is simple interest. Several generation of the plant pathogen occurs in the life cycle is called as simple entrance. So and the compound entrance means not several generations, few generations only. Next question is plant protection chemical which results in either the appearance of new disease is called as option A systemic, option B contact, option C iatrogenic disease, option D infectious. So the correct answer is Option C, laterogenic disease. Laterogenic disease means the plant protein chemical which results in either appearance of the new disease is called as laterogenic disease. And next question is verticillium wilt of cotton which was severe in the temperature level of option A less than 20 degrees Celsius, option B 25 degrees Celsius, option C 35 degrees Celsius, option D 45 degrees Celsius. So the correct answer is option A, less than 20 degrees Celsius. And next question is mango graft from North India is prevented to avoid which disease? Option A dieback, option B anthracnose, option C mango malformation, option D black band disease of mango. So the correct answer is mango malformation caused by Fusarium moniliforme. So the correct answer is mango malformation. Total prohibition of the import and export of the transport material from country, that is called as option A embargo, option B reversion, option C recall, option B restriction. So the correct answer is option A embargo. Embargo means total or complete prohibition of import and export from the other country, that is called prohibition embargo. Next question is disease which spread through the irrigation water. Option A Fusarium, option B Cercospora, option C Alternaria, option D Coltotrichum. So the correct answer is option A Fusarium. So Fusarium producing the three types of spores, that is called Microconidia, Macroconidia, Chlamydospores. Chlamydospores are survive in the soil and that can move from the one field to another field by the way of water. And germination of Chlamydospore in the irrigation water is called as gymnae. Next question is soil borne organism. So which one is called soil borne organism? So option A Fusarium, option D Oidium, option C Cercospora, option D Capnodium. So the correct answer is, we are already studied in that previous question also. So the correct answer is option A Fusarium. So next question is the book entitled with plant disease epidemics under control, that was written by option A Luthras, option B Butler, option C Anton Debery, and option D Vanderblank. So the correct answer is Vanderblank. The person who write the book name is Plant Disease Epidemics Under Control. And the next question is rice blast diseases epidemic at the temperature level of option A 20 degrees Celsius, option B 45 degrees Celsius, option C 60 degrees Celsius, option D 40 degrees Celsius. So the correct answer is 20 degrees Celsius. So rice blast pathogen that can producing the epidemic at the temperature level of 20 degree. Night temperature is low and morning temperature is high, that is favorable for rice blast pathogen. For example, night temperature is 10 degrees Celsius and morning temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, that is favorable for the epidemic development of rice blast pathogen. And the next question is disease transmitted by the air is called as option A Anibagori, option B Anthropogori, option C Hydrogori, option D Ornithopogori. So the correct answer is Animogori. Animogori means disease spread by the air. Anthropogori means disease spread by the human. Hydrogori means disease spread by the water. And Ornithopogori means disease spread by the birds. So the correct answer is Animogori. And the next question is number of villages selected for the roving survey. Option A 2 field at every 4 villages, option B 4 fields at every 4 villages, option C 2 fields at every 2 villages, and option D 8 villages at every 4 villages. 8 fields at every 4 villages. So the correct answer is 2 fields at every 4 villages. This is the roving survey which was selected by the village agriculture officer. He selected the 4 villages. From the 4 villages, 2 fields were selected for the roving survey. And the next question is the plot is fixed in an area and the counts are made periodically at the weekly interval, that is called option A fixed plot survey, option B roving survey, option C zigzag survey, option D none of the above. This question was already discussed. The correct answer is option A fixed plot survey. And next one is in roving survey collection of diseased sample from option A south to west direction, option B north to east direction, option C east to west direction, option D north to east south direction. So the correct answer is south to west direction. And next one is select the third one. Option A powdery mildew, option B leaf spot, option D downy mildew, option D wilt. So the correct answer is wilt pathogens. Powdery mildew, they are spread through the air. Leaf spot also spread through the air. Downy mildew also spread through the air, but the wilt pathogen is spread through the soil. So the word one is wilt. Wilt is caused by fusarium. Fusarium producing the chlamydospore, which are surveilled into the soil that can move through the water. The most common method for disease diagnosis: option A chemodiagnosis, option B serodiagnosis, option C based on the symptoms, option D none of the above. So the most common method is option C based on the symptoms. Next question is which is used for diagnosing the latent symptoms? Option A Ouzo test, option B iodine test, option C tetrasodium chloride test, option D paraquat test. So which test is used for detecting the lateral infection? So the answer is option D paraquat test. Paraquat solution is used for detecting the lateral infection pathogen. For example, mango anthracnose. Fruits are infected by the mango anthracnose does not producing the symptoms in field condition. They are producing the symptoms under the storage condition only. So we have to dip the fruits in paraquat solution at the concentration of 150 ppm. That will boost the sporulation in the fruits. So the symptom will be quickly expressed. So we can detect the symptom by the paraquat test. So next one is quarantine coming under the principle of option A therapeutin, option B eradication, option C exclusion, option D removal. So the correct answer is exclusion. Legal exclusion of the plant pathogen is called quarantine. Color of the surveillance report when the disease attained the half of the ETL. Previously we have studied 50% of the ETL. So the answer is option A, yellow card. Next question is Blindcast is the forecasting model used for option A late blight of potato, option B early blight of tomato, option C potato bangle blight, option D potato scurf. So the correct answer is late blight of potato. Blindcast is the forecasting model used for reduction of late blight of potato. And the next question is rice brown leaf spot pathogen is survived in the option A seed coat, option B embryo, option C radicle, option D cotyledon. So the correct answer is seed coat. They are spread by the seed. They are externally seed-borne pathogen. So they are survived in the seed coat. Rice brown spot is caused by Helminthosporium oryzae or bipolaris oryzae. So the next question is citrus greening is caused by option A Candidatus liberibacter asiaticus, option B Xanthomonas citri, option C Yersinia foxity, option D none of the above. So the correct answer is option A Candidatus liberibacter asiaticus. They are xylem inhabiting bacteria. So next one is example of bacteria and nematode complex disease. Option A Fusarium wilt of banana, option B Tundu disease of wheat, option C citrus canker, and option D slow wilt of pepper. So the correct answer is Tundu disease of wheat. Tundu disease is caused by both bacteria and nematode in wheat. Fusarium wilt is caused by fungus and nematode complex. Citrus canker is leaf miner and bacterial complex disease. Slow wilt also fungus and nematode complex disease. But the correct answer is Tundu disease of wheat. So next one is whiptail of cauliflower is caused by option A copper deficiency, option B molybdenum deficiency, option C manganese deficiency, option D magnesium deficiency. So the correct answer is molybdenum deficiency. Desari is susceptible to which disease of mango? Option A black tip of mango, option B mango malformation, option B mango anthracnose, option C mango malformation, option D mango base band. So the correct answer is black tip of mango. Desari is the one of the susceptible variety for black tip of mango. Next one is study of outbreak and spread of the disease population is called as already we have studied. So the correct answer is etiology. Etiology means study of outbreak and spread of the disease, that is called etiology. 9 hours leaf wetness is favorable for which disease? Option A apple scab, option B apple powdery mildew, option C crown gall of apple, option D apple mosaic virus. So 9-hour leaf wetness is favorable for development of the disease is option A apple scab. Next one is vertifolia effect developed from the epidemic of Option A, late blight of potato. Option B, fire blight of apple. Option C, tea blister blight. And option D, coffee rust. The correct answer is late blight of potato. Option A. And next one is fixed plot survey is conducted in all. This question was already discussed in previous. So the correct answer is two villages and fixed in two fields in the village. This question also discussed in previous. Attain the half of the level of ETL is called as option A red card, option B yellow card, option C blue card, option D white card. The correct answer is yellow card. Which method is applicable for the disease which complete death of the plants? So complete death of the plants was assessment by the way of option A percent disease incident, option B percent disease index, option C none of the above, option D both A and B. So the correct answer is PDI, percent disease incident. So percent disease index is the method for the assessment of option A loose smut of wheat, option B rice tungro virus, option C little leaf of brinjal, option D wheat stem rust. So the correct answer is wheat stem rust. The number of lesions produced by the wheat stem rust was calculated by the PDI, percent disease index. Which test is normally used for detection of virus transmission? So on option A grow on test, option B bloater test, option C Uso test, and option D 2,4-D. The viral symptoms was detected by the test is called as option A grow on test. So next question is which of the following enzyme used for conjugation of antibody in ELISA? Option A alkaline phosphatase, option B lipase, option C peroxidase, option D pectinase. So the correct answer is A, B alkaline peroxidase. Correct answer is option A. So the next question is in PCR extension of the primer through the target region of DNA by using of which enzyme? Option A ligase, option B Taq polymerase, option C replicase, option D endomerase. So the correct answer is Taq polymerase. And the next question is aviation means. Option A avoidance, option B exclusion, option C eradication, and the option D immunization. So the correct answer is avoidance. So the next question is the first plant protection law was promulgated in the Roland, France in 1860 to suppress and prevent the spread of option A wheat loose mud, option B BPTV, option C black rust, and option D cassava mosaic virus. The correct answer is option C wheat black rust. Given best example of domestic plant quarantine under the Tamil Nadu. Option A BPTV, option B cassava mosaic virus, option C TMV, option D PVX potato virus X. So the correct answer is BPTV banana bunch top virus. That was best example for Tamil Nadu domestic quarantine. And the next question is which of the following organization is not a regional plant protection organization? So the answers are not given. So the correct answer is WHO. So the expected question is which one is the regional organization for plant protection? And the next question is the first quarantine law was promulgated in which country? Option A USA, option B France, option C Germany, option D India. The correct answer is option B France. Fungus transmitting viral disease. Option A Syncytium, option B Olpidium, option C both A and B, option D none of the above. The correct answer is both A and B. So the correct answer is option C Syncytium endobaticum and Olpidium brassicae. They are transmitting virus. Olpidium brassicae transmitting the potato mop top virus and Syncytium potato virus X. Who is called father of biological control? Option A S.D. Garrett, option B Anton DeBerry, option C Paul Neergott, option D Matthew Tillett. So the correct answer is S.T. Garrett, who is called the father of biological control. And the next question is phytoplasma are sensitive to the option A penicillin, option B ampicillin, option C tetracycline, option D streptomycin. So molecules are resistant to the penicillin and sensitive to the tetracycline. So the correct answer is option C tetracycline. And the next question is biological control agent which is used for the management of powdery mildew. Option A, AQ10. Option B, agromycin. Option C, Bavaria. Option D, Pseudomonas. So the correct answer is option A, powdery mildew. AQ10 means Amplomyces crisgalis 10. That is the commercial biocontrol agent which used for the management of powdery mildew diseases. Next one is wet soil influence the disease of option A, Macrophomina. Option B, Rhizoctonia. Option B, Sclerotinia. Option D, Cercospora. The correct answer is Rhizoctonia. In disease surveillance report, usually the disease details are given for a block or division or district in a week, that is by the yellow card. Burning of plant residues used for the management of option A, Fusarium. Option B, Cercospora. Option C, powdery mildew. Option C, downy mildew. The correct answer is Fusarium, because infected Fusarium plants are having the high amount of disease surveying materials that are useful for secondary spread. So we should burn the infected plant materials in the field. So next question is baseband technique in mango, which is used for the management of option A, Loranthus. Option B, Cuscuta. Option C, Warabangi. Option D, Striga. So the correct answer is option A, Loranthus. The next question is susceptible variety loses the popularity and it declines sharply, and that variety is cultured by the virulent pathotype is called as option A, boom and bust cycle. Option B, vertifolia effect. Option C, virulent pathotype. Option D, none of the above. So the correct answer is boom and bust cycle. This is the definition for boom and bust cycle. Next question is fifth factor for the disease hexangle. So we are studied in disease triangle, host, pathogen, environment. The fourth factor is time, and the fifth factor is option A, time. Option B, human. Option C, host. Option D, environment. So the correct answer is fifth factor is human. So next one is who is called the father of soil solarization. Option A, Jacob Cotton. Option B, Luthras. Option C, Tillett. Option D, Garrett. So the correct answer is Jacob Cotton. So the next question is high competitive saprophytic ability for option A, soil inhabitants. Option B, soil invaders. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. So the high competitive saprophytic ability is having by soil inhabitants. So the correct answer is option A. So the next question is dry weather followed by the immediate rainfall, which is the factor for option A, wilt. Option B, root rot. Option C, downy mildew, and option D, powdery mildew. The correct answer is dry root rot caused by Macrophomina facilina. Dry weather followed by immediate rainfall is favorable for the root rot pathogen. Powdery mildew favor the high relative humidity. Next one is in fixed plot survey, the size of the plot should be option A, 20 square meter. Option B, 1 square meter. Option C, 5 square meter, and option D, 2 square meter. So the correct answer is option B, 1 square meter. Adjust the date of sowing which reduces the incidence of which disease. Option A, late beta potato. Option B, ergot of kambu. Option C, wheat loose mud, and option D, fire blight of apple. So the correct answer is ergot of kambu. So rainfall coincide with the flowering will be the favorable factor for our ergot of kambu. So we should avoid the ergot of kambu by reducing the rate of incidence and rate of sowing, delaying the rate of sowing, which reduces the incidence of ergot of kambu. Thank you all. Thank you.